The Sandalwood drug probe has taken a political turn after whistleblower and celebrity manager Prashanth Sambargi alleged the link of a Congress MLA. The complainant claims Congress MLA Zameer Ahmed, who was earlier in the JDS, is linked to the key accused and actor Sanjjanaa Galrani. Sambargi claims that many key Karnataka politicians were frequent visitors to Colombo and attended parties with Sanjjanaa, who's been arrested over her role in the racket. Zameer, meanwhile, said that he will be filing a defamation case against Sambargi for levelling false allegations. Former Karnataka Chief Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy admitted to going on these Colombo trips to JDS lawmakers but called it an exercise to discuss party strategy. He was referring to the trips that were made in 2014 and said that this was something that was in the public domain. Prashanth, what you've said about Zameer Ahmed being linked to Sanjjanaa and also, to Shah Faisal, he's completely denied this. He said that he's even going to file a defamation notice against you. Are you ready to fight this out completely? Because you're saying you have evidence.
Question is, an elected representative of the Karnataka Legislative Assembly, he was a then cabinet minister, he went there, and eyewitnesses have claimed, and eyewitnesses are ready to come on record. Eyewitnesses are ready to come on statement in front of the investigation officer that they saw the MLA, Mr. Zameer Ahmed, with Sheikh Faizullah. Sheikh Faizullah is absconding. He is being traced by the Bangalore City Police. He's on a lookout for the investigation because there are empty number of photos, videos in the public domain between Sanjjanaa Galrani and Sheikh Faizullah. Sheikh Faizullah has also got links with a celebrity manager Imtiaz Khatri and some of the actors from Salman Khan, Arbaz Khan, Jackie Shroff, so on and so forth.
So let's say all of this is true, but does that still link Zameer Ahmed in any way to a drug racket that's being investigated because he knew someone or is an acquaintance?
In all my 15 days of press conference, in all my 15 days of Facebook posts, in all my 15 days of Twitter, in all the communications I have made, I never alleged or contended that the MLA, Mr. Zameer Ahmed, is directly involved in the drug racket. But I always said one of the accused, Sanjjanaa Galrani and Sheikh Faizullah, who's on the lookout. There's a relationship between Sheikh Faizullah and Zameer Ahmed. If you look at all the evidences available in the public domain, best wishes photographs in all the Urdu dailies in the last 6 years, they have been seen together. Their trip to Mecca, the Hajj trip, the trip to London, all these photos are available in public domain. They were together. So just saying that it's an acquaintance, just saying that they are friends does not hold good. The water is out. The evidence is out in the public domain.
Meanwhile, the Congress MLA Zameer Ahmed has rubbished the charges against him and also threatened to sue complainant Prashanth Sambargi.
ಸಂಪರ್ಗಿಗೆ ಕಾನೂನು ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಾನು ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ನಾನು ಲೀಗಲ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ. ನಾನು ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ನಾನು ಡೆಫಾಮೇಷನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಈಗ ಸಂಜನಾ ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಕಸ್ಟಡಿ. ಯಾರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಇರೋದು? ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಯಾರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಇರೋದು? ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಇರೋದು. ತನಿಖೆ ಅದಲ್ಲಾಗ್ಲಿ. ಅದಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಕೈವಾಡ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಸಾಬೀತಾದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಇರೋದು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಆಸ್ತಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ. ನಾನು ತನಿಖೆ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ನಾನೇ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. 200%.
And my colleague Nabila also spoke to Supreme Court lawyer K.V. Dhananjay on the Sandalwood drug case and the kind of legal implications for the accused.
Our agencies are still banking on these tests which are made available in India. It's gone to a Hyderabad lab, and considering that Ragini is now being tested for if she's consumed these substances, and here she's trying to tamper with it, that's only going to throw all that hope for her for bail. In fact, I'd like to ask you, Mr. Dhananjay, here the CCB is cracking down on the entire drug nexus in Karnataka, but the focus, it seems here, it appears, is whether they have consumed drugs or not. How is that really going to help in investigation on the larger picture?
You're bang right on the point. Whether these people have consumed the drug is not going to help the police to nab the larger culprits in the trafficking scheme. Now, consumption is an entirely different universe under the NDPS law. And for consumption, the most punishment is only 1 year. Now, let's assume for a moment that the later urine sample shows some drug metabolite, and in the coming days and months, the court is going to convict her on the ground that she's consumed some prohibited drug and she would get 1 year for that. Now, for having destroyed the evidence, she will get 1/4 of that term. But then that 1/4 the term will be covered in that 1 year. We follow the concurrent system, unlike US. They follow consecutive. So in this country, we follow the concurrent system. She may not really, in practical terms, she may not suffer more jail term for whatever destruction of evidence she's allegedly
in fact,
undertaken
Ragini
here.
and
But having said that,
Sanjjanaa Galrani, Mr. Dhananjay, both of them have been throwing a fit saying that they don't want to give their drug test. Is that even a option? When you're arrested, you refuse to give a drug test. You say that I want to talk to my lawyers. A lot of them are hesitating, those who are under scanner right now.
Well, it's natural. At the end of the day, the learned magistrate in this case, I think, made a very severe error. The magistrate ought to have satisfied himself about what are these tests. You see, the tests that we talk about are tests that are conducted in the presence of the police. Under the NDPS Act itself, if the police were to want to search you in person, then they should read out a warning to you whereby you could be given the opportunity to be searched in the presence of a gazetted officer or a magistrate. Now, if the police do not read out the warning to you, but yet they claim to have searched you and they recover something out of your pocket or something, then we've seen so many cases where the courts have said, sorry, we can't believe this evidence. And there are cases where people have been acquitted based on the fact that they were not read out the statutory, warning.